So Adam Warlock is one of the newest champions in the featured crystal, and I really like this guy because he is just a very safe champion to play, and his control is amazing as well. So check out this rotation here. We build up to 0.9 bars of power for the opponent, so we start the counter and then we drop our stasis pod here for a free opening and a safety net. Then we drop the SP2, and the SP2 ensures that the opponent will throw a special attack, so this makes the fight a lot more safer. Here he drops it, we just block it, and then we go back in. And after this combo, we have a bar of power for another safety net, but we don't need it here, so we can just drop another combo into the relic stun, then drop our SP2 after this combo, and the fight is now over. And that is Adam Warlock at his safest. There is pretty much zero AI reliance there. He is just in control the entire time. So let's go over the rotation. First, you hit the opponent until they're at 0.9 bars of power. Afterwards, activate the counter by hitting your second line attack into the opponent's block, and this begins the rotation. So now you have three situations. First one is the opponent uses a special attack. Just punish it with a combo, and this will push them to another special attack. If they don't use that special attack, then just do another combo into the SP2, and the stasis pod guarantees that a special attack will be used. Next, if the opponent blocks, utilize your unblockable to break through it. If they use a special after the combo, that's great. If they don't, then just use your own special attack, and that'll just prompt them to use their own after your special attack ends. And last but not least, if the opponent is just aggressive, you can try and intercept them, or you can just play it safe and use your stasis pod by double tapping block, and this gives you a free opening, which you can then do a combo afterwards into your SP2 or another special attack. So these are the things to do in this rotation, and overall it is just a very safe one. So now let's test this against Winter Soldier, who has a lot more health, and the rotation is the same, but there are different scenarios to how the rotation begins. So first up, the 0.9 bars of power is just a must do, and then we go back in, we activate the counter now, and he throws a special attack. So then we go back in, we punish it, and then we analyze what he does here. He holds block, so we go back in again, and we drop the SP2, and the SP2 will ensure that he throws a special attack after this attack ends, which he does here, and we go back in afterwards, and now we are just in control. We drop the relic stun, which gives us 35 charges, we do another combo, and now the counter is complete with pretty much zero AI reliance. And see how I just controlled the entire sovereignty counter? That just shows how strong Adam Warlock is. So now the counter begins again, and we drop the SP2 to start it off, which is pretty nice because it guarantees that he'll throw a special attack, which he does here, and now we can just get going. So here we drop the SP1 for a free opening, and things are just looking very good already. We go back in, we drop a combo, and then we analyze. What is he doing here? So he holds block, which means we can just go back in immediately. We drop this P1 again, and then we go for a combo into the relic stun, and now the fight is just over. And yeah, zero AI reliance there again pretty much. So now let's test it in some actual content. So here we have this auto block lane, which Adam Warlock just is the perfect counter for. And we begin the fight by building up to 0.9 bars of power for the opponent, and we can just go back in afterwards and start the counter up. So here we have 0.9 bars of power pretty much. Then we start the counter, and now it is time to analyze what he does. So here he drops the SP1, which is, that's fine, that's perfect actually. We go back in now, he holds block, so we go back in once more. We drop the SP2 for the safety net and the guarantee that he'll throw the special attack. He drops it right here, and now we just end the counter by dropping a relic stun after this combo, and then dropping yet another combo. And now the counter is over, so we can begin the rotation again after the cooldown ends. And here we have a very good start because we have the SP2 at the ready, and once the rotation begins, we can just drop it immediately, and he will just be ultra aggressive afterwards. So we drop the SP2, and the pod makes him ultra aggressive, so he throws a special attack guaranteed, and now the fight is just in our control. We drop the SP1 after this, and then we analyze what he does after the combo. So we drop the combo now, and then we analyze. And what does he do? He holds block. So we go back in, we drop the relic stun, and the fight is now over. And that was just another very clean example of how to use this guy with the safest rotation possible. And to prove how safe it is, we have this America Chavez fight. And this Chavez is no easy fight for a Cosmic Champion, right? But Adam Warlock does it pretty dang well. So here we start the counter up, we drop a combo, and then we analyze what she does. So here she plays aggressively, so we drop the stasis pod for the safety net, then we go back in, and then we analyze again. So here she doesn't do anything, so we drop the SP2, and now we are just chilling because she'll throw the special attack guaranteed, and we are just in a safe spot now. We go back in, and we see what she does here, and she chooses to do nothing again, so we can just drop the relic stun and end the counter like that. So overall, another very safe rotation. Here she drops the SP2, which is perfect, and we can just begin again after this little cooldown ends. And yeah, this has just been a very clean fight so far. There she drops that, unfortunately, which does reduce our power rate a bit, but it's whatever. So now we begin again. We drop a hit into the block, which starts the counter. We drop the SP2, which is great because it gives us that guaranteed opening because she will always throw the special attack there. And now we are just chilling. We drop the SP1 now, and then we analyze what she does. So what she does here after this is, we're about to find out. We drop the combo, and she does nothing. So we hit the block, we go back in, we drop the SP1, and now the fight is over. And that right there is how to play Adam Warlock super safe yet again. And now we have this other Cosmic Link, which Adam Warlock is just perfect for. And let's see how he does with this rotation. So same start as always here, just playing it slow, building him up to 0.9 bars of power, and then just starting our counter afterwards. So here we can just activate the counter now. If he wants to play passively, there he does. So we go in, and then we see what he does here, and he just holds block, which is perfect. So then we analyze again, and here he drops the SP2, which is, you know, another great thing. We go back in, we drop our own SP2, which guarantees that he'll be dropping a special attack afterwards. So now we're just in complete control, and the fight is now pretty much over because check out this damage output. 32,000 mediums, 20,000 light attacks, a massive relic stun hit as well. So then we drop the SP2, and this just seals the deal for the fight. And now let's see what it looks like when you have to activate your stasis pod at the beginning of the fight. So here we have this Iceman, and this Iceman has Cold Snap at the beginning of the fight, so we have to use our stasis pod immediately. But this is no issue, this is fine. So now we start the rotation again. We build him up to 0.9 bars of power, and then we see how he performs, and we can just act upon that. So here we start the counter, and he decides to just hold block, which is fine. We go back in now, and here he drops a special 2 immediately, which is honestly great. Then we drop our own SP2 after this combo, but then he holds block again, so we just choose not to. Then we drop the SP2 again, and now we are just in complete control. Here he drops the SP2, which is fine. We go back in, we drop another combo, and we drop the relic stun to complete the counter. And now we are just chilling. There's pretty much no more worries. Everything is just in our control, which is perfect. And so here he dropped the SP2, and this pretty much ends the fight. Well, it does actually, because 49,000 right there, pretty sweet. But yeah, Adam Warlock is just fantastic. His rotation is really safe, and he is just tons of fun to play as well. So let me know your thoughts on Adam Warlock, and yeah, that's about it for me.